Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jade, also known as the Stylebook on YouTube and Instagram. Welcome to another video. As you guys can tell from the title of the video, we're doing a luxury decluttering because I've been meaning to declutter my wardrobe for quite some time now. There's just certain items that I am not reaching for anymore. Not everything I'm going to show you I'm actually going to sell. I'm still on the fence about quite a few of them. So without further ado, let's dive straight in. Let's start with the first category, which are luxury handbags. There are a few bags in my collection that I'm just not reaching out for, so I wanted to go over them with you guys quickly. The first two bags are from Chanel. The first one you guys may have seen in my Chanel video, but this is the first handbag. It's a Chanel 2.55. I think Chanel still make these. Mine is in chevron, as you can see, in lambskin with these vintage gold chain. So I got this bag a couple years ago from my Chanel boutique in Toronto, and at the time I was really obsessed with this bag because it looks really vintage and cool, and you can actually make the bag flat. I'm not going to do that because it damages the leather, but if I pushes in, the bag actually becomes flat, so it made it quite easy to travel with. I also really like the chain, but these days I just been really struggling to find an occasion to wear this bag. I think now that I have more handbags in my collection, this is just not the one I reach for. And the fact that it's more vintage looking, in the beginning it was nice because it was new and it looked vintage, but now that it's actually a bit older, I can see the wear and tears. I just don't reach for it anymore. I think another thing that really turns me away from wearing this bag is how delicate it is. Like, it really gets damaged quite easily. I can show you guys that there's a patch of leather here that is lifted, so the bag just got injured from wearing the strap. Because it's completely metal, it's really cold on my shoulder if I'm wearing it in the summer without a jacket, but obviously that's not really a problem in the winter. I don't know why. I like the bag. I know it is a practical bag and it's a classical handbag from Chanel, but I'm just really not reaching for it, and it's kind of tucked away on the bottom of my shelf because it's not one of those handbags that bring me a lot of joy when I look at it. Next is also a bag from Chanel. I got this one not too long ago in the Heathrow airport when I was traveling to Asia, I think. And initially I wanted the black ones because they look super cute on everybody and I like the dated look it had, until it actually becomes old and I'm like no longer a fan of it. It has a little metal piece here that looks really cute. This bag really doesn't fit much. It is teeny tiny. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's so small and like it will fit my cell phone. And then there's just no space for anything else. I feel like even my Mini Kelly fits a little bit more than this. And the fact that it's open at the top, I just feel stressful about losing things or things falling out of it. Next, I will move on to my Hermes handbags. You guys know I really don't like to let go of my Hermes handbags because I feel like I always regret that decision. I did recently let go of my Birkin 25, a Tang with rose gold hardware. I do actually not regret letting go of that bag because rose gold just wasn't really a thing for me anymore and I didn't really enjoy wearing the bag. But let's move on to a couple of other bags that I'm thinking of potentially rehoming. One of them is actually a mini bolide that I've owned for a little bit. This is in the Hermes white, which is just blanc. It's literally pure white and you guys can see it's white and shiny. I think I unboxed this one on YouTube. I'm actually not sure because I remember I bought this bag about the time that I started my Instagram account. I don't quite remember if I showed you guys this one or not, maybe in my white handbag collection. But essentially why I'm thinking of letting go of this bag, it's not because that I don't like the mini bolide. I do have a second mini bolide that is in Chev, which I love that one. But this one, why I don't like it as much, one is because of the color, blanc, because it's pure white. It actually doesn't go well with a lot of my clothing, surprisingly. Like, I'm wearing white today, which is, it looks fine, but then there's always some kind of color difference. One thing I found out is this bag can get dirty very easily, so I have to be really careful about how I'm using it. There's nothing wrong with the mini bolide. I still would highly recommend them if you cannot get your hands on a mini Kelly. These are great substitutes for that purpose and they fit a lot more. So next I have my mini Aurelius in the color Vert Cricket in Evercolor leather. The reason why this bag is on this list is because because I am a Constance girl and I really thought that maybe I can make a Rollius work because I love my Constances and I really wanted something in vert cricket. But in the end, that just really didn't work out for me. I love this color. It is a bit trickier to style, but the fact that it's a Rollius just kind of turned me away from using it. You guys have seen these. They open like this with the flap. And there's a lot of space inside. I would say has maybe about the same amount of space as a Constant. The strap is like a singular thing. And attached to one side of the bag at the end, it has a little thing like this that you're supposed to put into the other side, and basically it becomes a strap for the bag. And this system for me is just really impractical. I like to kind of grab my bag and just be careless about it and just take it, wear crossbody, single shoulder, and that's what Constance has offered me. But the Rollius just is a bit more of a hassle to wear, so that's also why I am not a huge fan of this bag. I think I'll probably do a more in-depth comparison video if you guys are interested between the Rollius and the Constant, if you're considering one of the two bags. But at the end of the day, this is the only Rollius bag I have and I absolutely love this color, so I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna let go of this bag or just kind of keep it in my collection. Next one will probably be a little bit of a surprise, but I've had this bag in my collection for quite some time. I've used her a few times, but I think I am just a small bag girl and big bags don't really serve me as much. So this is my Kelly 28 I got in Canada from my essay in Toronto. This was the last bag I ever gotten from her before I left for London. And sadly, she is just a tiny bit too big for me for my day-to-day use. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the Kelly 28. I think they're a great size for people that carry a little bit more stuff with them. But for me, since I can live with just having a mini Kelly or a Kelly 25, the Kelly 28s are just a tiny bit too big for me and I find them a little bit heavy to carry around for day to day. I do take this one when I'm traveling, which is great. It does fit a lot more than the Kelly 25s, but I don't know if it's an age thing that I feel like I'm just still too young for this bag. This one does feel like something I would enjoy once I get a little bit older, but as of right now, she is not getting a lot of use. I am definitely not gonna sell this bag because I think I will grow into liking it. So the last bag is from Celine. It's probably no surprise that this bag is on this list, but it's very unfortunate because I actually just bought this bag not that long ago. It is actually my Celine Raphael bag, which I literally bought like 2-3 months ago. And it's so sad because I took it on my trip to Italy when we went to do venue visits and I rarely used this one. Like literally on the whole trip, I used a mini Kelly and I used this bag once. And the whole time I was using it, I was so stressed out because I feel like things would just fall out. You guys know I have another Raphael bag from Loewe, which I absolutely love. That bag is so practical, but this one is so not practical. Like the space inside is so tiny and things fall out of it so easily because it doesn't stand on its own. You just lay your bag down and pick it back up. You can lose your lipstick, your phone if you're not careful. So that's definitely a big no-no for me and it's not very comfortable to wear. So that's all for the handbags. Next, let's move on to shoes. This is more of a category of shoes I don't think I'm gonna buy into anymore, which is luxury designer sneakers. I have been a big fan of designer sneakers for a very long time, and I have a habit of hoarding sneakers because I just really like white sneakers and it's something I wear every day. But ever since I got into Adidas Sambas, I kind of have stopped using or buying more designer sneakers. It's kind of funny, I know, they're like completely not in the same price range, but for me, I use them for the same purpose, and I just find the Adidas Sambas a lot more stylish. It's just something I can go to easily. There's so many colors, different styles. These are the ones I got recently. They're like warm toned base with reddish brown stripes, and I just find them to be adorable, and I wear these so much. I have so many pairs of Adidas Sambas now. During the same period of time, I have bought 2 pair of designer sneakers. They have gotten literally literally zero wear. The first pair you guys probably have seen on Instagram, they literally looks like sandals, but not. So a lot more pricier, not that comfortable, frankly speaking, because the sole is extremely thin. You think that there's a bit more to it on the inside, but there really isn't. This is how thick the sole is. It's comfortable when you first wear them. They look adorable. You guys can see from the base, it's Celine. The shoe is perfectly clean. I've not worn it out because every time I put it on, I'm like, something doesn't look right. I also just don't like to stress about the shoes I'm wearing. Like, I like to have the option of buying and letting go of shoes. This is example number 1, and I have an example number 2, which I've shown you guys here on my channel. It's my Dior sneakers that I've shown you guys maybe over a year ago. She is still in her box. Literally looks the same as the Celine ones, which I just come to realize I've never compared them before. Oh my god. They really look so similar, don't they? It's like white with a bit of detailing. I swear, designers really are just making the same shoes in different brands. That's what I'm convinced now, because everybody wants the same things. Anyways, I still think these are really cute. There's a little star and you can see the CD Dior logo, but not used. Completely clean. Yeah, I think maybe having one pair of designer sneakers is nice. Make sure to try them on in person. Don't be like me and buy them online and then get too lazy about returning it. I don't even think that's it. Like, I try my shoes on. In the moment, I'm like, this looks decent. I can make this work. But every time I try to put an outfit together, I put these on. First of all, they're not that comfortable. And secondly, they don't look great with the outfits. I don't know why. So next, we are gonna move on to jewelries. This again is a bit of a category of things that I am just no longer enjoying for me personally, and I think this is again a really personal thing. As you guys know from my last jewelry collection video, if you haven't seen it, it's there. I mentioned that ever since getting engaged, I have just not been enjoying any of my gold jewelries because I'm into platinum, white gold. So that is still true. After 2 years, I am still only wearing my white gold platinum pieces. I'm no longer reaching for my gold jewelry, so I'm thinking of maybe letting go of some of them. This is some of the items I decided to show you guys. So I got 3 bracelets, which I still love them. I would love them in white gold, but I just don't like them in yellow gold, so that's just the unfortunate truth. I don't know if I'll ever get back into yellow gold again. I just, for some reason, don't feel like they go with my skin tone anymore. But here are the bracelets. So this is the Hermes Kelly bracelet with diamond buckles. I got this in Hong Kong. I still think this one is very cute, but now I have the same similar kind of design one in white gold. This is the Cartier Just Include bracelet. Again, adorable. Destroys your sweaters. Fair warning, but very cute. Again, I'm probably gonna end up buying this one in white gold. And then here is my Cartier Love bracelet with little diamonds. I got this one for my birthday. I don't remember which year. I remember wearing it a lot, and sadly, it's no longer something I reach for at all. Next, moving on to watches. So this is my Cartier Panther watch, which has regained a lot of popularity. This is in faux yellow gold with little diamonds on the side. This one my mom actually bought for me in Hong Kong a long time ago, and back then, honestly, this was my mini go-to watch. I really loved it. I liked the way it looked. I still do love the way it looks. I just, every time I put it on, I don't know what it is. I think maybe my skin tone has changed over the years, but I just don't like the way it looks against my skin. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Maybe I'm just feeling deluded, but it's just something about yellow gold I don't like. Is it just me, or does it look strange? I truly think it's psychological that my preference for things have simply just changed. So every time I try to put this watch on, I don't love the way it looks on me, and then I end up taking it off. So this, again, because this piece is gifted to me by my mom, I highly doubt that I would actually let go of it. It's just unfortunate that it's not working for me anymore, and I don't know if it's a problem that I have or everybody else at some point experienced in their lives. Maybe I will come back around to it at some point. Next, also watch from Cartier. My parents love Cartier. This is a gift from my dad. You guys can see I think this is the 36mm one. It originally came with purple straps, which I changed to a white strap, which I feel like makes the watch look a lot cleaner. This one I actually feel more okay wearing just because it's mostly white and rose gold, so it doesn't look as bad as the other one. So this watch I also haven't been reaching out to as much. I feel like all I wear now if I'm wearing a watch is my Blue Dial Royal. That's kind of my go-to watch. I'm definitely gonna get another white gold watch just because I know I am much more into that color tone than I am into gold watches. But this one still kind of works. I'm kind of okay with it. But anyways, I'm definitely gonna say I will stay away from buying anything gold from now on. So next, a few rings I do want to show you guys. So in recent years, for sure for me, I've been buying more fine jewelries. I no longer buy custom jewelries. That's also a big category of accessories from designers that I just don't buy anymore, and I wouldn't recommend you buying unless you really like the design of it. And that shift brought me into fine jewelries, and these are the fine jewelries I got from Chanel, and you guys can see that they are quite cute. The problem, of course, is because they're in gold. I am not into gold anymore. Another problem I have with these is that in the summer when you wear them, because this one is like hollow on the inside, to I guess make it easier to take off. If I'm washing my hands, sometimes water get trapped underneath and it's just a really uncomfortable feeling. So these ones, just in general, I don't recommend the really thick band rings from Chanel. These two I do actually want to talk about properly because these are proper jewelry purchase regrets. So this one on this side is from Gucci. It's in yellow gold, and this is from Tiffany. And these two, I don't know how to word this properly, but I think brands that are not specialized in making jewelries, their jewelries aren't really made to stand the test of time. So when I bought this Gucci ring, I really thought it was super cute and that I would like it for a long time, but from wearing it I realized it's not super comfortable. It didn't really round off the edges on the side that you're wearing it. It's the same with a lot of jewelries I have from Tiffany. So maybe it's just a personal thing, but I just don't feel like brands that don't specialize in jewelry have the right craftsmen for making really fine jewelry pieces. So Tiffany is the same, even though it is a brand that I love and it has a lot of sentimental value to me. I do find their rings fairly uncomfortable to wear. I think it's because I'm being spoiled with a lot of nice jewelries. I hope I didn't ramble on too much, but that's basically a rundown of things in my wardrobe that I am not loving. So I'm thinking of decluttering and letting go of some of them. Obviously there's also some ready to wear pieces, but I feel like that's gonna end up making the video extremely long. I want to try on the items to show you guys what exactly I don't like about them. So if you guys are interested in this kind of content, in seeing the kind of ready to wear pieces I'm thinking of letting go, we can do that in another video to cover, I guess, designer ready to wears that I'm no longer loving and thinking of letting go. But anyways, I hope this video has been interesting and insightful for those of you maybe thinking of adding some of these pieces in your wardrobe. Hopefully I've given you enough information about the downside of the items. If they're here in this video, there's a reason why I am not a fan of them anymore. But at the same time, it's not for me doesn't mean it's not for you. So make sure to try the items and see if they speak to you, if they bring you joy. That's all that matters when they come to materialistic things, you know, that you can have and also can do without. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.